What's up, Foyos? We're gonna be reacting to the most hated, most loved streamers video. I haven't done a content like this in a while, so let me know in the comments if you guys enjoy it and if you guys want me to do more similar videos like this ones. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy. Peace. So we're actually going to be reacting to the most loved and most hated streamers. And based on the thumbnail alone, I'm going to disagree on some of these or maybe agree. And then I want you guys' opinion as well, by the way, if you guys think this person is the most loved or the most hated, and give me the reasons why. I'll give you guys my reasons why. You guys give me the reasons why.
There are so many creators that are loved by millions of fans. But for every loved creator, there is one that is equally hated.
There's no way.
Damn, actually.
Today, I will be talking about 3 of the world's most loved and most hated streamers. I have to start out this list with the one and only IShowSpeed.
Most love, 100%.
Easily the biggest live streamer of all time, and
he's
for
so
a good
funny.
reason, he's incredibly entertaining. Darren Jason Watkins was born on January 21st of 2005, and he would make his YouTube account 11 years later at just 11 years old. However, he wouldn't upload his first video until almost a year later on December 20th of 2017. It was just a video of him dribbling in 2K18 with some background music. Then he started streaming on Twitch in 2018, where he quickly became known for his kind of toxic behavior on stream.
Was his game Fortnite first?
People love this kid, and clips of him were going crazy on other
I thought he was actually a different.
And YouTube shorts were going insanely viral, and they kept bringing more and more people to his stream. And because of these clips being shared around so much,
I didn't think Speed started with Fortnite. I'm surprised.
Hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube on April of 2021. However, he would instantly hit the next big goal of 1 million subscribers only 2 months later. Since then, Speed has just never stopped growing. And now, with over 37 million subscribers, it is clear that Speed is taking over the internet. Because of how insane his following has become, Speed has been launched to a new level of fame, which is basically a celebrity status.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this.
Before. Speed got invited to participate in the WWE and even raced the fastest man alive, Noah Lyles.
Did he beat him? Oh, damn. Oh, damn. That was close.
On top of that, he's gotten to travel and make content in some of the craziest places in the world.
Naruto! I ain't want to be Hokage one day. Hey, Luffy better, bro. Luffy better. You hear me? You little boy, you nine-tailed fox, you little Sasuke-loving picking boy. Hey, Q-Tar, you know I'm about to eat at a household. About to eat some lamb and rice. About to eat a camel. We lit. We're in the Middle Eastern. We're tilting so hard right now, dude. Oh,
I'm pretty sure he's on tour right now, like live streaming the same thing.
Yo, no, it's tilting. Yeah, you're right.
Whoa.
But despite making it big, hanging out with famous athletes, and earning a lot of money, Speed hasn't changed very much. And honestly, I think that's why people love him so much. If you go back and watch clips of him before he blew up and clips of him now, you'll see
still the same.
He's kind of just the same crazy kid, but with just a way bigger budget. Speed is so genuinely himself, and nobody can take that away from him. Unlike Speed, however, our next streamer is not on the uprise, and rather on one of the worst downfalls in streaming history. It's Dr. Disrespect.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I had his merch as my profile, like I was wearing his merch for like 3 years on Twitch. I kid you not. I had like I loved his content before everything that happened.
This was very early on, as there weren't that many people posting on the platform. And because the platform was so new, Dr. Disrespect's crazy energy definitely stood out from the rest.
I remember that. Even I remember even like H1C1 Dr. Disrespect. Then I remember Fortnite Dr. Disrespect. Like, he had a huge audience. He did. I mean, I'm sure he still does to this day. I haven't really kept up with him, but yeah, what happened kind of messed everything up.
He created this character of
even
Dr.
called,
Disrespect, where he would wear an awful wig, mustache, and glasses. He combined IRL skits with his in-game videos, which although is pretty basic nowadays, he was definitely ahead of his time when he started doing them. And although Dr. Disrespect would continue making YouTube videos, things would really change when he made an account on what was then known as Justin.tv, which we now know as Twitch. He became very successful very quickly and even quit his real full-time job at the end of 2015 to focus full-time on content creation. He would mostly play Battle Royale games like H1Z1, PUBG, Call of Duty Warzone, and Fortnite. And he pulled some insanely high viewership and became a staple of the platform. But despite his high views, Dr. Disrespect was not liked by everybody. He would continuously make some racial jokes and didn't exactly know where the line was between funny and too far. On top of that, he got banned from E3 for streaming in a public restroom multiple times while other people were in it.
I didn't understand this. He is very tall, but I didn't understand why did he think when he did this was he right? Like there's people using the toilet, you know what I mean? Like I liked this guy before everything, like as a content creator, everything. Well, like I said, I was such a huge fan. I bought his merch, man. Like I wore it, and yeah, some of the jokes were a little bit over the line when it comes to H1Z1. This one I never understood, because I feel like, yeah, you're playing a character and you're using like you're closing yourself, but there's people in the bathroom that probably don't want to be recorded, especially live.
However, despite these controversies, Dr. Disrespect was still given the opportunity to sign a multiple-year deal with Twitch in March of 2020. However, 3 months later, he would be banned randomly on June 26th of 2020, which was super unheard of considering he had an actual contract to stream on Twitch. Then he would randomly start streaming on YouTube shortly after, where he would say this.
In regards to the ban, there's a lot of people that want to know what happened. Why did you get banned? I want you to look me in my eyes when I say this, okay? You're not looking me in my eyes here. Hold on. I really want you to look me in my eyes. I really want you to look me in my eyes when I say this. We still have no idea. We have no idea. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not buying that one. Bunch of phonies. We have no idea.
And for a while, none of us
I don't think that's true. I feel like when you get a ban, you get a reason on an email. Everyone gets a ban. I even got banned one time. I think I have the shortest ban on Twitch. And I got my reasoning, and then they were like, oh, it was by mistake. And they unbanned me. One of the fastest unban. I think it was like a 2-minute ban.
Twitch banned him, but people thought that Dr. Disrespect was lying and actually knew what happened. This controversy, however, all unfolded 4 years later in 2024 when he was exposed by a former director of partnerships at Twitch for allegedly inappropriately messaging a minor using Twitch Whispers. Yes, not only did he allegedly message a minor, he thought about doing it on Twitch Whispers. Definitely a weird guy. On top of that, he allegedly was planning to meet up with her at TwitchCon, but I don't want to go into any more details before I get sued. And like I said, this is all just allegations that I'm repeating. I encourage you to do your own research on
allegations, Chad. I don't want to get sued either. Allegations. This is still, to this day, hasn't been proven to be true. Allegations, quotations, viewation. Try not to get sued. Thank you very much.
Every situation before making a judgment about somebody else. However, I will say this was not a good look for him in the public eye. It caused
I'm gonna pause it for a second, because I remember seeing this tweet where he said, were there Twitch Whispers messages with an individual minor back in 2017, and his Twitter said the answer is yes, right here. But then he actually updated the tweet and changed that, took out minor, left individual, put back minor afterwards, and then I think took it off afterwards. He we went back and forth on taking this out, but
caused Dr.
yeah.
Disrespect to lose a lot of sponsorships, and even YouTube suspended monetization on his account. More importantly than all of this, however, it caused him to lose the respect of many of his fans and fellow content creators. A lot of people would stop watching him because of the controversy, and frankly, I don't blame them. With the previous controversies, he could blame the behavior on his character or bad jokes, but in this situation, it just looked like he really did something messed up. All of these things and more are the reasons why he is one of the most hated people on this list. However, one of the most loved people—
Oh, by the way, he also cheated on his wife and went on live and said that he cheated on his wife. It was missed from there. That also happened.
on this list has to be Twitch's biggest streamer, Kai. Kai Carlos Cenat III was born on December 16th of 2001 in New York City, which actually makes him 2 years younger than me, which is really weird to think about when you see how much success he's had. And he might be the only major influencer who started on Facebook. His first video was uploaded to the platform on July 1st of 2015 when he was just 14 years old.
Oh my God.
You get no business every time you go to school. Everyone look at your feet and say, what the fuck are those? So don't even test me. And also you really need to stop asking me what 0 divided by 0 is. Just face it. You got no friends.
From there, Kai would continue to post little joke sketches on Facebook and gained himself a small audience. Eventually, people recommended that he upload videos to other platforms like Instagram and eventually YouTube. He actually made his YouTube account on December 26th of 2012.
He made his own little skits.
His first video until January 13th of 2018.
I know a lot of y'all been asking me, Kai, where's the YouTube channel? Why don't you have a YouTube channel? You need to start getting paid for what you're doing. Kai, where's your YouTube channel? I got one thing to say.
Jesus, he's still the same. He's still the same. He sounds the same. His energy is still the same.
Welcome to my YouTube channel!
As you could tell from that clip, this video was an introduction to Kai's channel, giving the audience everything they could expect from his videos. From that point on,
no, that's crazy because, man, at that young age to have that confidence and to actually pull that skit, like, you know, like the editing, because back in the day, I'm pretty sure he wasn't making that much money on YouTube. So I'm sure he like edited his own video.
Comedic content along with pranks and challenge videos. However, things would start to move to another level when Kai decided to start streaming on Twitch in February of 2021. Unlike some other streamers, Kai got started very quickly. By the end of the year 2021, in just 10 months, he had already amassed over 800,000 followers.
Damn.
A majority of Kai's content was in the just chatting category, but he also played a lot of video games like Grand Theft Auto, Fortnite, and Fall Guys. In 2022, he would get even bigger and would even start streaming and collaborating with celebrities like 21 Savage. He even won the Breakout Streamer of the Year award at the 12th annual Streamies. It was clear that at this point, Kai's popularity was exploding further than even he could have ever imagined. However, things somehow got even bigger in 2023 during February when Kai would host a subathon called the Mafiathon. Here, he would stream for 30 days straight. And this was no normal subathon. It was basically a 24-hour talk show with some of the biggest celebrities in the world.
Oh my God, I remember this.
NLE Choppa and Sky Jackson. Yes, the one from Disney Channel. Yeah. Crazy. Whatever. This stream was totally record-breaking when he got the most hours watched by a creator in a single month on Twitch of all time. In the following year of 2024, Kai somehow got bigger again, which is really hard to imagine considering the vastness of his reach already, but he did a Mafiathon Part 2 in 2024, which was a big part of that. And this time, he had even bigger celebrities.
No, listen, he did it so good because like I said, he has that energy where he could entertain and come up with ideas for 24 hours, but you have to do it for 30 days straight. There are streamers, like including myself, so I'm like, damn, what can I do for 24 hours? This man will come up with a whole production on what to do on those 24 hours. Just some people are just different. Definitely Kai Cenat is definitely one of those people right now. It's just different. It's just anytime you go to his stream, he's doing something, you know, not ordinary. Oh, and also one of the things that I really like about Kai Cenat is when he was like pulling all these viewers, he does it with his friends too. That's cool, man. Like you don't see that many streamers who like are actually down to bring people who they started with all the way up. with them.
Kevin Hart,
My
and
God.
more importantly than all, he even had iCarly. Once again,
More
they broke
importantly
countless
than
streaming
all.
records and made him the most subscribed to Twitch streamer of all time, which once again proved to everyone this guy was the king of Twitch. And that brings me to talking about why I think Kai is so loved. If you watch his early content, it's pretty clear. He worked incredibly hard and put value in the high quality level of his content. He wanted to give his fans the best possible experience, and he's kept that in mind throughout his career. For example, last month, Kai just wanted to play the Batman Arkham game on his stream, and other people might have just clicked play and gone live. However, Kai took it to a whole new level by making an entire trailer.
Damn.
I ask that you honor the Wayne family legacy.
Then when he actually went live, he was in costume and had an entire bat cave set up. So yeah, it's clear that literally nobody is making content like Kai, and I don't know if anybody will even be able to catch up to him. And speaking of dressing up, we need to talk about our next most hated streamer, Amouranth. Caitlin Amouranth Siragusa was
Is she hated? Is she hated for valid reasons besides being a female who makes a lot of money in the gaming industry? All right, let's see why people hate her. Was she the one that threw the cat? Oh, that was another one. See, that was another streamer. Listen, I play Fortnite for a living.
We're on December 2nd of 1993.
Why is she hated?
Was a huge fan of cosplay and costumes and even made videos about it on YouTube until she was invited by Twitch themselves to join the platform and show off her hobby.
2016, they invited me because they had this creative category, which is funny because now people are like, get off of our platform, and Twitch is for gamers.
You were
like,
personally invited.
Twitch invited me to stream.
She started off mostly doing that and had an account dedicated pretty much all to making costumes and other art stuff. But obviously, when you hear about Amouranth now, you don't think of what she's wearing, you think more about what she's not wearing and the entire hot tub meta that she created. For those of you that don't remember,
oh my God, I remember that. I remember that a couple years ago, all the females on just chatting category were wearing hot tubs. They were making hella money streaming from a hot tub. Oh my God, she made that? She made the trend? Wait, why are we hating in this? Just because I'm gay, man. I can't. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Situations that you would normally wear a swimsuit, like if you were doing a live stream at a water park, a lake, or a pool. However, people took this too far and decided that they would buy blow-up hot tubs to put in their houses just as a way to take advantage of this rule and wear the least amount of clothes as possible on stream. And if you guys remember this early 2021 trend, you'll also remember that Amouranth herself is the one that made it popular. By taking advantage of this meta, she became the most viewed female streamer in March of 2020.
Why was she getting hated? Just don't watch. Maybe people were hating because Twitch is a platform, quote unquote, for gaming. She even said, I was invited by Twitch, and Twitch kind of knew what she was into and doing. So if you're gonna be hating anybody, I think at this point, people who hate her should be hating Twitch. I don't think she should be one of the most hated streamers. It's not like she created the hot tub trend in 2021. Like, hello?
Who had been the face of women on Twitch for a while. A lot of people, including many other female streamers, were pretty annoyed at the success that Amouranth was getting by using this strategy. Because of these choices, she...
Why? Please someone explain to me why other females are mad about this girl streaming in a hot tub and getting money. Oh man, because I've been playing video games for 3 to 4 years and I don't get that many viewers. Okay, I understand that, but she was invited by Twitch, right? So if you're a female, it's not the greatest when the person that is on top is literally taking her clothes off to get money and to, you know, get fame, get money and all that stuff in a hot tub. But in reality, it kind of sucks reality. It does. Like I said, someone that's been working for 2, 3, 4 years in their gaming channel and they're trying to do their best, they don't get as many viewers as someone who just probably gets in a hot tub with no clothes on or almost no clothes on. Yes, jealousy. I get that. But hating on the female, why don't hate on the platform, you know? Or try to do it yourself. If you care that much about money, but if you still want to have some respect, then don't do it and ask Twitch, why was that allowed?
started to get a ton of hate, and that hate quickly translated into what would be actual real-world threats against her. In June of 2022, one of her many stalkers live streamed himself stalking her for 44 days straight, wandering around her town until he finally found her home.
Coming to my door and banging on it, he was saying all the time, like, I shouldn't be here, I know I shouldn't, but I have to. You know, he was pretty intense on getting in because he started peering in my windows, started jiggling with all the door handles, like.
Oh hell no! Call the cops, girl.
My dog's barking and be like, I hear her dogs. She's in, this is her.
Oh
so
hell no!
Very intense on getting in, so that was really scary because the police weren't really taking it too seriously until he was physically like in my lot, right up and down the street. They were just like, whatever. Took them like 33 minutes to come, even though the police station's like 5 minutes away.
More recently, someone tried to invade her home again, and the situation was a lot more serious, so much so that it even got national news coverage.
Now a scary home invasion as 3 masked intruders with guns grab a popular influencer by the hair demanding money. Her husband had his own gun, leading to a shootout.
Surveillance video shows them bursting into her bedroom and demanding access to millions of dollars in cryptocurrency. As people came into your home, they pistol whipped you multiple times. This had to be terrifying.
What?
I actually thought I was going to die.
Amouranth would get on her phone pretending that she was giving her crypto information to the intruders, but actually used Twitter instead to try and get the attention of a fan that could call the police to get her house.
Damn.
Luckily, Amouranth is okay, but just based on the amount of crimes that have been committed against this woman, it's pretty easy to say that she is one of the most hated streamers on the platform. And just to be very clear, I do not think she deserves this. I don't think anybody deserves this at all. It's just become clear that clearly there are a lot of people that are out to get her. Unlike Amouranth, however, our next—
That's actually insane. I feel so bad for her. Like, dude, you don't understand the feeling, man. And unless you've been there, you don't understand when someone comes into your house and asks for something. They're invading your entire privacy. Like, oh, I feel so messed up from watching that.
The streamer has very few enemies. He's perhaps the most loved streamer of all time, and his name is Ludwig. Ludwig Anders Agren was born on July 6th of 1995. I, for one, was surprised that Ludwig was actually his real name. I kind of thought it was
That's his real name?
I didn't know that that was actually something you could name your kid. But I guess you can name your kid anything. I mean, my parents named me Timmy FNBR, so, yeah.
Booste.
Ludwig created his YouTube account on August 15th of 2011, but didn't upload until April 20th of 2015.
What just happened?
This video definitely wasn't some attempt to get famous or the start of an influencer career. It was just him uploading footage of a power outage during a Super Smash Bros. Elite event. And after a couple years of posting Super Smash Bros. Content on YouTube, Ludwig would find Twitch and streaming in 2017. His first stream ever would be on October 18th of 2017, where he had an average of 3 whole viewers. Slowly but surely, however, Ludwig would gain some traction, and just 1 year later, by the end of 2018, he had 10,000 followers.
Hey, let's go.
Insane, but considering he wasn't exactly the most consistent streamer ever, it was really impressive that he had grown so fast. After another year of consistent growth, on February 16th of 2019, Ludwig would decide to go full-time on Twitch.
Okay.
Guys, I started streaming exactly 9 months ago yesterday.
Okay.
And we've had a lot of success. LACS, Mario Party, Pokemon, 700 plus subs, and it's been great.
Aww.
But it's time to take it to the next step. So starting today, I have left my job and I will now be streaming full-time on twitch.tv/Ludwig Agren.
Damn.
Welcome to the fastest growing Twitch stream on twitch.tv, baby.
At the time,
All
Ludwig
right.
had just over 10,000 followers, but the end of 2019 would see him have 125,000 followers. I think him quitting his job and finally having the opportunity to be
think?
consistent is why people ended up sticking around and watching him more, and he grew fast because of it. These numbers, however, would seem small compared to what he would do in 2020. Because of all the lockdowns and people having nothing to do, there were no more conventions, concerts, and festivals. There was only Twitch and YouTube to watch. With all of these factors going on, Ludwig remained consistent, and by the end of the year had hit 1 million followers on both Twitch and YouTube. On top of people having nothing else to do, there were a lot of other reasons for Ludwig's success. One of the main ones was that he had a very big friend group of other streamers. And I think the thing that's so lovable about Ludwig and his friends is that they truly seem to actually like each other. It didn't seem like just a group of people using each other for views, but actually a group of streamers who wanted to hang out regardless of whether or not the cameras were on. The following year, in March of 2021, Ludwig would make a move that would put him in the Twitch record books, one of the most iconic subathons of all time. It started on March 14th when Ludwig only had 1,700 subscribers. Every time somebody subscribed, it would add a certain amount of time to the timer, which meant that he wouldn't get off stream until the timer ran out. And by the time the subathon was nearing an end, he would break Ninja's record for the most concurrent subscribers on Twitch, which
he had
were tens of
1,000 subs before he did the subathon and ended with like 200,000. That's what I heard. Oh my god.
Subs, making him hundreds of thousands of dollars. This subathon was the first one of its kind on the platform and basically set the standard for streamers to come. And although Kai has broken the record many times over at this point, you cannot deny that without Ludwig's influence of streaming, we might not have creators like Kai as big as they are now. To this day, Ludwig still makes funny content and surrounds himself with the same group of friends he came up with. I think one of the most lovable things about him is that he never forgets where he came from, and he's still very active in the Super Smash Bros. Community where his journey began. But somebody who's way out of touch is our last.
I actually didn't know that about him. That's actually insane that he did that. I got to meet him. He seemed really nice. I got to meet him when I did like a State Farm sponsor video in person, and he seems like he's the same person, you know, he's the same person on the screen as he is on in real life.
And most hated streamer on this list, Neon. Michael Rafiq, also known as Neon, was born on August 13th of 2004 and started up his YouTube channel when he was just 12 years old. He would upload his first video ever on October 17th of 2016.
Alright, before we start this video, I just want to say,
I'm
sorry I haven't been uploading too much, just been focusing on school a little bit.
Like most people on this list, he wasn't exactly successful right off the bat. He kept posting 2K videos and very, very, very slowly started to gain an audience. For the next 2 years, his best videos would only get a couple thousand views, and by 2018, he only had 3,000 subscribers.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot!
And
he was streaming from PlayStation 4.
although he wasn't gaining traction, he still kept grinding, posting video after video going into 2019. He then started to move away from 2K and play other games like Fortnite, where he would start to gain a lot more success. However, his real ticket to success would be the heavy use of clickbait. He would make crazy titles to draw people into the video or make misleading thumbnails. And look, I think every YouTuber uses clickbait to their advantage at least a little bit, and even I'm guilty of that sometimes. However, Neon took it a little bit too far. He had titles like "Little Kid Gets Beat Up After Using Mom's Credit Card on eBay."
Look, because I would actually watch this. I will actually watch this and be like, okay, wait, is he getting beat up? Where's the part that he's getting beat up? Come on, man. Did I miss the part why he got beat up? Oh, man, this is actually wholesome. He's so little. He's so little, like, to come up with that title. Like, you can't hate on him for making that title. Correct, chat, or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Little kid gets beat up after using mom's credit card. Like, it's a W clickbait just because he's so little, you know what I mean? It's awesome.
Ronnie 2K sent me to the mental hospital, and I discovered I have a gay son while I was on a win streak.
I was wrong. I was very wrong, and I would like to apologize for everything I just said.
At the end of the day, these titles, while a little cringe, were mostly harmless. But over time, his use of clickbait got a little bit more exploitive, and one example of this is when he did a whole series where he pretended to go to jail.
But listen, bro, in prison, bro, it was the craziest thing that ever happened to me. I'll be explaining everything that happened to me right here, right now. Let's get it. I haven't gotten a haircut in so long, bro. They don't even let you get haircuts in prison, bro. But you know, like in prison, bro, I was working out. I got my muscles now.
Who's gonna take that serious? Even I know this is a skit. Look at this face. It can't last in prison for more than two days. Maybe not even 2 days. Maybe 2 hours.
Let's get it, Chad. Let's go, bro.
He also faked his death multiple times, which is just like really weird. He did this first in 2019, then again in 2024. So clearly he didn't learn from his mistakes. This absolute buffoon also got himself banned from a UFC event after he posted videos on Instagram talking about how he was going to go there to confront the president of the United States.
I'm gonna walk up, you know, I'm gonna talk my shit to Trump, and then
okay, so he is a little bit of delusional and he never changed. That's what I'm getting so far from the content that I'm seeing, is that when he was a little kid, he was a little, you know, a little wacko. He's still the same person.
It's gonna be a very good experience, and I'm gonna talk my shit. I don't care if the Secret Service is there. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna talk shit. So.
Oh, he's about to get body slammed by the Secret Service if he gets near the president. Oh my God.
He was honestly lucky he only got banned and not arrested, or even worse.
Or
but
body slam.
He did actually end up getting arrested later on in his career in Dubai when he tried to stream there and film the cops.
You know him, idiot. My cameraman, basically. I'm not gonna put the blame on him, but you know, we did some not good activities there, man. You know, it was recording in the areas that's not good. And because I put him in the situation, and then chat, the real situation was we accidentally filmed the cops, bro.
It's illegal to film the cops
in the areas where
I mean, every place is different,
and it was not a good situation. It's not a good scenario. It really wasn't. So just doing, bro. The idiot filmed the cops. It wasn't his fault. I don't blame him. I take full accountability.
So yeah,
the idiot filmed the cop. I don't blame him. I take full accountability.
This guy is not only hated by the internet, but also by the Dubai Police Department, the Secret Service, and honestly, pretty much anybody else who knows him. He's pretty lucky that he hasn't gone to jail yet, but who knows? 2025 could be a big year for Neon, and we might finally see him get arrested. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you so much.
That's actually funny. That's actually funny. We might get to see him arrested. Is he still as crazy as before? Yes? Damn. He was a little funny kid, man. He faked his death 3 times. How you gonna do that and keep the video? He kept the same 3 videos up. I just can see him working on the thumbnail and the title and thinking, oh man, what do I have to do, man? That's actually funny.